Running a small business often feels like you're playing snakes and ladders. There you are, just about to romp home to victory. You're on the final straight, only to land on that last blooming snake, the one that takes you back down to square 72. I hate snakes and ladders, but it's not because of that unfair final snake. No, it's because snakes and ladders requires absolutely no skill whatsoever. There is nothing you can do, whether tactically or strategically, other than maybe cheating. But of course, I would never cheat at snakes and ladders. There is nothing you can do to give yourself any chance, any better chance of winning than complete and random luck. And this is something I hate in business. Granted, luck plays a part in business, but it doesn't play anywhere near as much of a part as I do and as you do, because we are capable of exerting some control. We're not playing snakes and ladders. The game of business is not snakes and ladders. Yes, there's ups, big ups, lovely, fantastic ladders that accelerate you forward. There are also some horrible snakes that will trip you up and send you backwards. But you are not limited to one die with 1 to 6 labeled on it. You're not limited to taking one roll of the dice. You're not limited to how many people you can compete against. No one says it has to be 100 squares on the board. Crucially, you can figure out how to improve the chances of you succeeding. If you know there are particular snakes that always trip you up, I always land on that particular snake, well, guess what? You can find out how to stop landing on that snake. You can get some help from a coach or a mentor or a professional. You can read books, you can listen to podcasts, you can educate yourself in how to avoid the common mistakes that affect you. And every time you play the game of snakes and ladders, that snake no longer appears on the board for you. Also, let's say you've got some advantages that are unique to you. You've got some skill sets that you possess that others don't. Well, fantastic. So for most people who play the game, that ladder might take them forward 11 spaces. But it could take you forward 21 spaces. Fantastic. That's another little advantage. Perhaps you have figured out how to get an extra ladder on the board and just give yourself another little edge. And it's all about giving yourself these small advantages. Okay, this isn't about game-changing, guaranteed victory strategy for snakes and ladders. No, this is about just tipping the odds in your favor. Let's use a 7-sided die. If you know there's a snake on 4 and a ladder on 6, let's replace the 4 from the dice with a 6. If you're playing snakes and ladders with your family, that's called cheating. If you're playing the game of business, that's called constant, never-ending improvement. It's called finding the edge. It's called what Warren Buffett calls finding your moat. It's about finding that unique advantage that you can have. It's about giving yourself a tiny edge. Those little 1% improvements every single week give you an edge so that every time you roll the dice, you are marginally more likely to succeed than your fellow players. And the final thing I want to leave you with today, the final thought I want to leave you with, is that if you were to play snakes and ladders on your own, A, it'd be very boring, but B, you would win. Eventually, you would win. If you just keep rolling the dice, yes, you'll hit some snakes, you'll go back 23 spaces, you'll reach a ladder, you'll go backwards and forwards, sometimes 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, but eventually you will reach square 100. So just keep rolling that dice. Give yourself an edge, give yourself an advantage, and keep on rolling. I'll speak to you soon.